Hello, good evening. This is Melanie from Stamp with Melanie. Thank you so much for joining this evening. We're going to get started in just a minute. Let's see. Trying to see if I can find where we are so I can watch for any comments that you may have. But I'm not able to find it. So we're just going to carry on. All right. Oops, sorry for the bump. All right, let's get going. So it's been a while since I've done a live. Christmas was like over the top crazy. I do a lot of craft shows at that time of the year, and I had a lot of special orders, and it just all got away from me. But anyhow, I'm back. I'm ready to start a new year and hopefully do a better job of showing up here on YouTube for you. This evening, what I wanted to show was the cards for my January ordering gift. You will get the PDF to make these projects when you place a minimum $25 order through my Stampin' Up! Online store anytime during the month of January. And since it's a PDF, I will email them out to you when I get your order. So please don't request no notifications or no contact, because if you do that, then I can't reach out to you. Here's the link to my online store if you are interested. And I'm going to leave that right up here at the top for today, or for this evening. Let's get this over here. All right, I think you can see it. Move it over just a little bit more. All right, I think that's good. Okay, so anyhow, what I did for this month is I used a couple of online exclusives that actually came out before the holidays, and I like them so much, and I just never got a chance to really use them to their potential because, like I said, I was so head over the heels involved in Christmas that just was no time for anything else. So one is the Banner Sayings stamp set and punch. And then we're going to pair that with the super awesome Hobby Haven Designer Series paper. This paper is so fun, it's so versatile, and you can do so much with it. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the first card that we're going to make this evening. Okay, and I've already got my paper cut and scored and ready to go. I'm not going to go through measurements or anything like that because that will all be in the PDF that I send out to you. So I have a garden green cardstock base, and then I have a piece of Designer Series paper, or I'm sorry, basic white cardstock that I've embossed. You can use any embossing folder that you have in your stash. For this particular card, I used the beautiful pattern embossing folder. And like I said, I've already done all of the work. So let's go ahead and use some Stampin' Seal and adhere this to the card base. All right. And then I'm going to add a piece of Designer Series paper that I've already cut. And we're going to put that right there. Actually, I didn't want to do that quite yet, but it's all right. Let me lift this piece of paper back up. All right. And what I'm going to do now, since I have adhesive on it, is I'm going to grab a silicone mat and set it on there so that it'll lift back up. Now I'm going to add this piece of designer series paper like I mentioned before. And then I'm going to grab some ribbon. And this is the garden green and white chevron ribbon that coordinates really nicely with this paper. And I'm just going to tie a bow around here. Actually, let's just do this. I'm going to just cut a strip like so. And I'm going to just adhere it to the adhesive that I already have on the back of this panel. And let's add a little more seal just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. All right. And we can put this back on our base. Where I put the ribbon is right at the top, where the designer series paper comes to an end. There, that's nice and down nice now. And then I'm going to grab another hunk of ribbon and just tie a bow underneath it. Actually, yeah, it's stuck on there. Well, maybe it's not. Okay, we got it. Take another piece of ribbon, tie a bow up underneath. Just feed your bow ribbon up under the ribbon that's already in place. Tie your bow. And there we have it. Now, the rest of the card is super simple. It's some of the die cuts that are included in that designer series paper. I just punched those out, and I'm going to add them to the card front with dimensionals. Let's see, where's the dimensionals? Here we go. All right. And then I'm going to take this sprig and I'm going to put some seal on the back of it and then tuck that down behind the die cuts. Oh. My goodness, this ribbon is giving me a fit, isn't it? Come on. There we go. There we go, nice and flat. Okay, now I'm going to take a strip of scrap paper and I'm going to stamp happy birthday in Secret C. All right. Grab our little punch. And I'm going to punch that right out. And use some dimensionals. I'm going to grab the small ones. Add that right to the front of the card. Make a cute little birthday card. Okay, now I'm going to grab some embellishments. And for this, I'm using the low profile sparkle dots. And I'm mainly going to use the Garden Green and the Daffodil Delight. All right, and then we don't want to forget the inside of our card. So I have another piece of basic white cardstock. And I'm going to add that to the inside. So we just need to add some Stampin' Seal. And then grab our, there it is, our extra little die cut. I'll put a little seal on the back of that. And add that right at the bottom corner of the card. So there's our first card. Now let's move on to the next one. The next card is another birthday card. All right, and this one, the first one was like plant orientation. This one is more coffee and cooking, baking. Remember, the paper's called Hobby Haven, so it focuses on a lot of different hobbies or things that you like to do. So for this one, another Garden Green card base. Let me get this out of here. And I'm just going to, before I put down that piece of DSP, I have another of the green check panels, and I'm going to put a little border behind it of Secret Sea. And what I'm going to do, I want to show you this. This is a little trick to save paper or not use paper that won't be seen. So I just have a scrap of Secret Sea cardstock and a little piece of the Designer Series paper, and I'm just going to cut them both in half. And then using seal, I'm going to put this up against the top edge of the cardstock on both sides. Okay, and then I'm going to put these at the top and the bottom of my card. Now there's going to be a gap in between, but when we add this piece of Designer Series paper over top, nobody will know. So I'm just going to use seal to adhere these to the card base. I'm going in about maybe 3/4 of an inch from the from the center of the card. Or from the far left side of the card, I guess. If you need to, you can measure it, but I'm just eyeballing it. And then I'm gonna use seal and attach this right on top of it. All right. Now I'm going to take that same scrap of basic white cardstock, or maybe another one. Yeah. When I made my sample card, I did the stamping in cloud cover, but since not everybody has that color ink, I decided to do Secret C instead on my sample, and I think it's going to show up a lot better too. So we're going to bring that happy birthday stamp back over. And stamp it again. Grab that punch. And this time, I'm going to cut the banner. The banner with the flagged end at both sides. All right. And I grabbed another die cut from the pack. This ticket looking one, and I'm going to center this right over here so it kind of looks like it's framing our greeting. I'll add a little seal. Then I'm going to adhere that with dimensionals to the card front. And add a ribbon, add a bow. Come on. All right. All right, that's better. Trim off the ends. And then I'm going to grab a glue dot. Put that right at the edge. And then grab a couple of embellishments. And there's another birthday card. Now, let's do the inside on this one. For this one, I just had a piece of basic white cardstock, and then I have a coffee cup in garden green. So again, I'll add a little seal to the bottom, or to the little coffee cup. Put that down there. And there's our second card. All right. Let's go on. Next card is a thank you card. So we're going to use the stamp that says, I can't thank you enough. All right. So here's what the card looks like. And I don't know if you can tell here, but the paper in the background is the textured paper that was recently released. Let me find it. It's really, really pretty. It has a nice texture to it. Oh, that's not it. Darn it. Let me see here. I've been using it quite a bit. I can't believe I can't find it now. Nope, that's velvet paper. Darn. Oh, gosh. It would have bit me if it would have got any closer. Okay, it's called Whispers of Texture Specialty Paper. And it has a really, really subtle textured design. It looks like it's been embossed. Now, if you don't have this paper, when you get your PDF, you can just use any basic white or white willow, I think it's called, and just emboss it yourself. All right, so let's make this one. So we start with a basic beige card base. And then I'm going to add my textured paper. Then I have a piece of designer series paper. I cut this from this Country Woods designer series paper. If you don't have this, there are several others that have a wood grain type, or you could just take a piece of early espresso cardstock and emboss that with one of the wood textured embossing folders. But I like the look of this, and I had it, so I thought, well, I'm just going to use it. So I'm just going to put this like close to the middle. And we'll put that right there. And then another die cut. This one is a lot of pampering products, lotions and so forth. Just going to add that right to the top. Again, I'm going to use seal for this one. Okay, now I'm going to take a scrap of basic beige, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment, I can't thank you enough, and I'm going to stamp that in early espresso. Oh, goodness. All right. And then take the banner punch. Okay, I can't thank you enough. Punch that out. Then I'm going to use some dimensionals. Where did those minis get to? Oh, here they are. Put my minis on here. I'm going to add that right down here towards the right side of the card. Grab my ribbon. And grab another glue dot. And then a couple of embellishments, and that one will be done as well. So these cards are not hard. They're fairly easy to make, and they'll go together pretty quickly for you. Then you'll have a nice supply of cards to send out. Okay, so that's that one. And then last but not least, it's a celebrate card. Somebody got a promotion, they're moving, got a new job, anything like that. It's a congratulations type card. This one's super, super easy. I used that textured paper again on an early espresso card base. And then cut out a couple of circles using the 2 3/8 inch punch. I cut them right out of the DSP. And then I have a couple of die cuts as well. All right. So put down our textured paper. And here's our little banner piece, straight from the die cuts that come in the DSP. And we're going to put that right here on the side. Then I have this circle that covered up the hole. And then I have this nice chair. I'll go right down here. And I'm just going to put these down with seal. After I do that, I'll be adding this die cut right across here. But let's one piece at a time. So grab our seal. And our chair. See if I can move this one over just a touch. There, that's better. All right, now I'm going to take this piece of scrap paper and I'm going to stamp celebrate. Okay, oh, here they are. Celebrate. So have you gotten any stamp sets with the new packaging from Stampin' Up? What do you think about it? I'd love to hear. One thing I've done, I'll show you real quick, is if it's a bundle where there's a stamp set and a die set, I put them in the same envelope. I've put the stamp set on one side and then the die set on the other side. So now everything is in one place. And I've found that's been working pretty well for me. All right. Set that aside. Celebrate. I save all of my my ends from when I cut my cardstock for card fronts or for insides. I save them all, and then when I need little scraps for something small like that, I have them and I can just use them rather than cutting up a whole piece of paper just for something that small. All right. And now I'm going to grab my punch one more time. Punch out our Celebrate. I'm going to attach this with dimensionals. I use the minis for the greeting. Okay, put that there. Now I'm going to get the die cut. Use bigger dimensionals on it. And I'm going to tuck it so it's on the circle, but tucked slightly under the greeting. Okay, then we're going to tie another bow. Grab a glue dot. And we'll add a couple of embellishments. Let's see. Okay, now for this one, for the inside, I have a little piece of DSP. I'm going to put across the bottom like this. And then I'm going to put my smaller piece of cardstock, like right there. And I have one more die cut. And it is right here. Nice little potted plant. And that I'm going to put right here at this side. Cute, right? All right, let's take a look at these one more time. Celebrate. Thank you. Birthday. And birthday. Now, I will send you, again, I'll send you the PDF for all of these when you place a minimum $25 order in my online store right here between now and the end of January. So thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you back again soon, and have a great evening. Thank you. Bye.